you guys have some movies that you like. Some of your favorite all-time movies, right? What would you guys say? I mean, I don't know if this is up there in any of yours, but I know you guys like a lot of movies, and
so as far as movies goes, there's a lot of really good movies.
Mm-hmm.
Good, I don't know. We brought some stuff in for you guys to show us. Like we have a couple. We were going to talk about your favorite movie, but I got to say, I think that topic is too damn hard these days. Man, you know what? If you're talking about newer movies, it's not that new, considering. But the first Avengers movie, I really like too. That was a really good movie. I mean, I'm not going to say it's my top movie. There's definitely a movie set here that we're going to talk about that reaches all of us. But mine is a go-to. Every time I watch it, I laugh. I don't know, something about it. I always catch something new in it. I've been watching it for years. The very original Ghostbusters. That, I have to say, is one of my favorites. I cannot say it's
definitely a classic.
Absolute favorite, but this movie is funny. It's got some crude humor if you really think about it. Everything about it is just good, and it's I don't know. I laugh every time I see it. So this is just one of my favorites because I don't get tired of it. I mean, I don't watch it every day, but this is a movie. If it's on, I'm probably just going to leave it on. That's it. There's other movies that I can say are good. We'll go on and see if they don't come up with things I have in my head already.
Well, before we move on, what have you heard anything about the new Ghostbusters movie coming out? Did they push the release date on it?
I haven't heard anything.
You haven't heard anything? No.
Nobody? That didn't come out?
No.
All right.
Still, I think it's scheduled.
That's the one
for
with the
summer.
kids. It's mainly around the kids, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was supposed to come out last year, though, right?
Yeah.
Well, and then everything.
And
And then
happened.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's coming out this summer.
Okay.
As far as I know.
They probably wanted to save it for the big screen.
Trying. I think they're just certain movies like that. They're pushing it off as much as possible.
Before they have to make a buck on it.
Yeah, try and get the theaters.
Are you worried at all that it's going to be what the people think? They're worried that it's going to be like a Stranger Things Ghostbusters?
No,
No.
not too much.
Why is that a?
Well, but one of the
concern?
actors in there is from Stranger Things.
Yeah, no, I got that.
And it's based on what a couple of kids, right? Is that what it's?
Plus the main characters.
Well, the main characters are kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're related to, or have some of them.
Are they?
like
I don't know too much about it.
From
At
what I
least one of them
gathered,
is.
from what I gathered from the trailer, is the older boy that you see that I think is the Stranger Things kid, and I think he's got a younger brother. Their mother was married or something to one of the old Ghostbusters, I believe, or it has some sort of a link to that.
They have a link to Egon.
It's to Egon, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Find his uniforms and such.
Yes, and he's the one that has all the stuff. So that's how this all comes about.
Gotcha.
So there is a relation there. So I don't know. Even if it had a Stranger Things feel, I don't even think that would be such a terrible thing.
Wouldn't be terrible. I mean, Stranger Things is a really great show.
It's a great show.
Yeah. That was just some of the things I heard people saying that they hope it's not like totally like Stranger Things in a way where it's just a group of kids all doing stuff. But
I mean, they could do that. The one thing that they have to, if they're really, he talked about that, he loved Ghostbusters. So I don't know if they're going to do it because the tolerating of comments in movies is not, unless you rate something R. It was really funny. And there's a lot of things that are said that are, suspect these days with the way people are. But this is one of those things where a kid would watch it and laugh, but then it has kind of a dual meaning. If you're an adult, you catch it too. There's a lot of things in this movie. So I would hope that I wouldn't say maybe go with that, but maybe have a couple of comments and lines like that for maybe the adults in it, and then the kids have their own things. But they have to keep the humor. So if they go straight Stranger Things with seriousness without the humor, I think that kind of takes away from what Ghostbusters is. Because in the end, it was a comedy, right? So that was a big thing. So we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, to be honest.
Well, Paul Rudd is in it, and he's with the kids. I mean, it sounds like he might be a main character with them. So I mean, he's pretty funny.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm sure.
yeah,
I'm sure he'll be a big comic relief in there.
Yep. That was Ant-Man, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sure it'll be fun.
Yeah.
He'll have some lines. He'll
Yeah.
keep it. He'll keep it fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, he's good.
all right. Well, I have one here. Freedom.
There it is.
Braveheart, my
Get it
favorite.
up to the camera,
my
baby.
favorite movie of all time.
You should have brought the sword.
Oh,
Oh shit.
Sword.
Oh, let
I
me.
didn't say
All
freedom.
right, hold on.
Oh,
no,
you got that shit?
I'll go grab that shit right now.
Yeah, go grab it.
Hold on.
Hey, man.
Yeah,
you
he's got the sword. You gotta bring that out.
I didn't even think of that.
I'd like to get the sword from Iceborne.
From which?
From World of Warcraft, the Lich
Oh.
King sword. That's a cool looking sword, too. Yeah. Look at this sucker.
The size of that thing, man.
Imagine swinging something like this on a daily basis.
Seriously.
You'd have some
You
good
gotta-
arms.
All right. You gotta think about it. I don't know if that's like full quality that they did in medieval times.
Probably
Or-
heavier.
But you got to realize the
It's probably
strength that
heavier.
these. Think about it. The strength that they must have had to be able to battle with a sword like that, swinging that thing constantly and surviving like a full out war. Got to
Well,
be pretty crazy.
You got to understand, everything we got these days is light. It's purposely made with the lightest of metals.
Yeah, but you got to you try to swing that, you'll be out of breath.
Well,
in
that's
about-
what I could be out of breath from breathing. So but my point is, we grow up and our society is so much different from what they got now. Everything weighed a ton. These were way more fit people. Like, this is light. Like, for me, I could feel it. I could probably swing it for a good 3 minutes and then be like, damn, I'm tired. But like, I can hold it and everything like that. But those are strong men. Here, Dave, you want to? It's not sharp, gentlemen. We're not killing each other.
No, it's actually dull. Don't worry.
God damn, man. You're kidding me.
Yeah, man, you can. Straight thrust.
Yeah, I
You
can't
can put
imagine
it
trying.
right across, Dave.
I can't imagine trying to fight.
I guess that would be considered a claymore, because that's
Yeah,
definitely
it's definitely
two-handed sword.
it's definitely a claymore. The claymore family, you would think, right?
I would really like to know what, how much the original ones actually weigh, because this is pretty decently heavy.
I'm sure that's light too
Imagine.
compared to what it would be.
Yeah, you
But
can
maybe
you
not,
can lay
I
it
don't
across
know.
here if you want.
You gotta do your freedom. Oh, come on. Stretch it out. Come on. Show the people.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go on there. There we go. Well, I talk about my movie.
There you go.
Yeah, Braveheart was good, man. I gotta say, I used to watch this thing all the time, bro. Right?
No joke.
No, Braveheart, great, dude. Yeah,
My father watched
Mel,
that.
Mel Gibson's the man. He made that shit.
How many times? I would come home from school and school, right? We were in school with that, right? With Braveheart.
Yeah.
Trying to think how old that movie is. What year was that made?
1995.
Oh yeah, we were still in high school
We just started high school.
at that point. So yeah, I would come home from school. My father would have that on for like a good, I don't know, a month. Just I come home, Braveheart. I knew it was going to be on. He watched it every day. He loved it.
Well, just the battles, everything, man. Back then, like just the camera angle, just the way they did everything was so great.
Yeah, it was a good movie. Very good movie.
It's a whole thing about revenge and everything like that, and for fighting for free. It's cool. It's a good overall story. It's sad, but and it's based on true historic.
Based.
Not 100%, but pretty damn close. And they actually, you know what? They came out with a sequel. I haven't watched it. It was on Netflix.
Did they really?
Yeah, do you know what's the king? What's his name? The one that was
The Scottish king? They came after him?
Yeah, the one who betrayed him in the movie.
And then eventually took the reins.
Yes.
And then
they actually have a sequel based on him.
Really? I did not know.
Yeah, I haven't
No,
watched
either.
it. I haven't watched it, so I haven't heard about it. So I don't know how good it is, but
Yeah.
Direct
I don't
video.
know, bro.
We
I
haven't
don't
heard
know.
anything.
I'm afraid to watch it.
It was one of those direct-to-video sequels.
Yeah, I'm afraid to watch it, but
No, that movie was so good.
yep.
What else you got?
Anything else?
I mean, I definitely-
I gotta do something with this. So.
Yeah, put it.
Put it
Go
down.
put it. Go put it. Hang it back up, man.
Put it
Don't worry
down.
about it. Put it across the table.
Yeah, put it on the table.
Straight across. Stab me in my heart.
Don't poke any eyes out, you know? You'll poke your eye out.
Poke your eye out, kid.
I'm gonna impale myself.
There you go.
Oh, I'm gonna take these out. Just because this is like a classic. The Ray Harryhausen collection.
That's good. That's good stuff right there.
Oh, jeez.
Stop animation. Jason the Argonauts. Voyage of Sinbad. This stuff was great, man. And you know what? You watch it today, and it still holds up, bro. It still holds up.
I love when he goes against the gold and bronze or whatever Minotaur that's on the back there. Man, I remember watching that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I actually got a statue of him right over there.
And then on the side, you got the statue that comes to life with the six arms, too,
Yep.
on the back.
Dude, they had some good monsters in here, too.
Mm-hmm.
They had some good stuff. You ever watch these, Dave?
Yeah, I've seen them. No,
They're
I haven't seen all of them, but
They're really good. This collection has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 movies.
I'm probably seeing them all, too.
I mean, just Jason and the Argonauts. Just why it still boggles my. It still surprises me how much, them battling the skeletons at the end, like towards the end, and it's just crazy how like they had to do the timing right, where you hit with the sword and the shield, hitting the shield and the sword. Like it's crazy. Like you got to realize that those obviously those characters weren't there. So, but it's stop motion.
Yep.
So the timing and the amount of effort and work and time it takes to just create that, it's crazy.
Yeah, pre-CGI. So that is pretty amazing.
I love mythical stuff, so those things were always so awesome.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
The Cyclops kind of reminds me of your masterpiece drawing.
My masterpiece I got from school. Oh,
Come on, the masterpiece drawing that we did that everybody loved. Come on.
Yeah, which I did think.
Come on.
Wait, I don't know this about this.
So
What's
when me and Dave first hung out, I think that's when we first became
That's when we
friends.
first met.
Yeah. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna meet up with this guy Dave's in the class. We sat down, we started hanging out, and the whole thing was we had to. Oh, I don't remember what it was from that we were reading, but it had a Cyclops. I don't remember the story.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey.
Odyssey.
So we had to like come across something to present for the Odyssey. So we're sitting there. I'm like, we're going. He's like, I can't draw. I'm like, I can't draw. He's like, well, you're probably better than me. So I was like, all right, whatever. So we started goofing off going. So I draw the big Cyclops guy on the thing, and I couldn't figure it out how to do. So like I drew like him. I think he was eating people like spaghetti.
You see the guy like spaghetti.
Yeah, the feet looked like spaghetti coming out. Like, oh yeah, it was great. And then like they were caught like. I think in the Odyssey there was one point they were hiding naked or something like that. So like I drew them hiding like behind bushes, covering up their private parts and shit like that. Oh, it was hilarious.
Oh, they were running with the spear. Yeah,
oh, that was another one. They were all like
running with the spear.
Looked like a pencil being jammed into the eye.
Yeah.
It was so terrible. But you know what? The drawing was so bad, but it was so comical the way I did it. It was just the way it came out.
Do you still have it?
Oh, she threw that out. The teacher.
Oh
threw
yeah,
it
the
out.
teacher threw it out. We tried to get it back.
We tried to get it. Yeah, we tried to get it at the end of the year.
Why?
She
She didn't like it?
It was just they had it, and it was in the end of the year. They got rid of it. And we're like, damn, because like for us, it was funny. Everyone liked it, and it was hilarious. And there was also we became friends, so we wanted to keep it. But yeah, that was gone. But that was we thought we were gonna go in there and we'd be like, oh, people are gonna make fun of us, and they all were laughing like they thought it was hilarious. We're like, oh, good.
Yeah. everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But
What do you got,
I had a
Dave?
couple of movies here. I got one. Last episode we talked about how I loved GoldenEye for Nintendo 64. So probably my favorite James Bond movie is an oldie, From Russia with Love, starring Sir Sean Connery. Rest his soul. And I like this movie a lot. I think
That's your favorite Bond? You said that's
yeah.
your favorite one?
The villains. It's your first appearance or cameo appearance, if you want to say it, of the main villain of Spectre, Blofeld. You got the crazy lady with the shoes, with the knife that comes out. We got the poison on it. She kicks the guy. Kicks you from behind and fucking poisons you to death. And then you got the assassin who's following him around the whole entire time. And
I have to watch. It's been so long. I don't even remember that.
Yeah,
he's
some of the older ones I haven't watched in so long, man.
He's like spoiler alert. He's shadowing him, And basically
Spoiler
keeping.
alert from like 1970.
You never know.
Hey,
Somebody
you know.
might get into this. I got into this late. I got into
No,
the
I know, I
90s,
got it. It's just
30
funny
years
though,
later.
right? It's kind of funny though.
But yeah, I mean the villains. Yeah, like I said, the villains were great. His fight with the main bad guy in the on the Orient Express, was pretty amazing. As it was, and yeah. So I think this is definitely my favorite James Bond movie. I enjoyed that. I've watched it quite a few times. But also, I do have one that we can all agree on.
Well,
Man, I should have
that's
came
a
more prepared.
definite-
Everyone else got all this stuff. I could have came with so much stuff.
Lord of the Rings, of
Yeah,
course.
that's a
The
big one.
original trilogy, Lord of the Rings. Extended editions, of course. This is the extended editions.
I know very much how long the extended editions are.
I know. That was a lot of fun sitting there.
I just
in the
marathoned it
theater.
too. I did from the Hobbit all the way through.
I don't care if you marathon it until
The extended ones.
Until you sit in the movie theater and watch the extended versions all together in one day.
I would do it.
Oh my god, I was sore.
Well,
great.
did you have reclined seats or did you have?
No, that was
No.
before the recliners.
It was the straight up seats. We got a couple breaks. You walk out of the theater, click, 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 everything. Goodbye. Yeah, me and him did that. We watched the full extended version all day long. You got like a half hour break or 20 minutes between the first two, and then they give you like an hour and change between the second and third.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a long day.
So they give you one break in between each movie.
Yes, but
All
they
right, so
were
you get to
short.
go eat and
Yeah, the dinner time one technically was like an hour and 20 or something like
Yeah, it
in
was over
between.
an hour.
So we had time to actually sit and eat, and it was well needed before we sat down again. We were walking around the parking lot and everything.
but it's so worth it though, right?
Oh man, it was one hell of
Such
a day.
a great. It's awesome.
It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Something you gotta
trilogy.
do.
I mean, for me, my favorite one is Return of the King. I really like that. I think this is one of those rare trilogies where they actually got better
or
as they
hold
went
up,
on.
or at least
Yeah,
hold
that's
up.
true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, Fellowship was good. Then Two Towers was good, and Return of the King for me, Return of the King was great. And it just never let up. It never got real slow or got stupid.
No real disappointment.
Yeah, and the extended editions definitely for me at least the ultimate versions of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
I've watched the extended editions and then tried to watch the theatrical versions, and it's just you can't. I just can't do it.
No, it's better.
Yeah, there's so much more. I mean, yeah, there's some stuff that doesn't move the story along too well. I guess some minor things.
But it adds
But
enough.
there's so much, but it adds more story to it, and there's just so much that's missing from the theatrical version. When you watch these, you realize it. It's pretty amazing.
Like talking about how old Aragon was.
Yeah, or the whole thing with the chainmail when they gave Aragon the chainmail at the end at the Black Gate. You didn't. They just kind of. The gate starts open and they start running back. You don't realize how the mouth of Sauron came out with it and started taunting them to, bring them down and such. And there was a bunch of other things too in there, like the thing with the thing with him and the Palantir, confronting Sauron. I think there was something with that was extended also in this. So it's definitely. We'll have to touch on this a little bit more down the road in the future there in a future episode.
Well, you also we're going to be talking about for the Amazon show that's coming out.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime's coming out with Lord of the Rings series.
If it ever comes out.
It's supposed to be
But that's supposed to be like prequel, right, to everything?
Yeah.
prequel, like way back.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when the rings when the rings were made, and you remember in the beginning when there's like what was that a certain amount of rings? How many was it? 5, 6?
No, it's more than that.
Oh, yeah.
More than that. What was
nine,
it? Like
nine for men.
nine,
9
or more, right? It was a
Oh,
bunch.
there was a lot of rings.
Yeah. So it's gonna be like that all around that time. Probably a little bit before that, but I have
Before
a
they
feeling.
even make the rings.
I have a
up,
feeling
like,
maybe the whole
bringing
series
into
will
it.
kind of lead into that.
Okay.
Towards the end. Yeah, that's what I think. Maybe.
You know what? I was always worried about it. Like, oh, they're gonna make a TV series. How good it could be. Blah blah. But some of these shows that are coming out, like, if they get the money to actually make it well, they have more time to slowly build up into a lot of things, so they don't have to cut out details for an hour or 2 hour movie.
Right.
You get to see a whole lot more over all these episodes. Like if a season is 10 episodes in an hour apiece, like you get a lot of stuff. So if they do it right, it's actually kind of better in my mind. So if they actually went back, imagine if they ever in the future decide, not taking anything away from this, but if they ever decide to go back and kind of like redo it over a Netflix series and gave them like, I don't know how many episodes for the first movie and such like that. Imagine how much more in detail they could go into a lot of stuff too. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that movie right there could easily be on that movie. But that trilogy could literally be on all.
Oh, of course, 100%.
So that's one of our favorites. We all went to see them together. So
Yeah.
And as you can see, look, I got all this stuff up here.
Yep.
And it's amazing that, it could have been, the original idea for it was, just 2 movies. And then they were trying to push it down to 1 movie. And then eventually when they moved over to New Line Cinema with it, they just was like, make it 3. Like,
Thank God they did.
Yeah, thank God.
I don't know how you could do that whole trilogy in 1 movie.
Or 2 movies. Yeah, I mean,
cut out a lot.
The 1 movie,
so much.
I think they were saying it would have had to been like over 4 hours long, which, it's not, even that it wouldn't be enough time. Even that's
it's
not
just,
enough
it's
time
just,
to
you
do
know what
justice.
it is? It's the whole thing's an epic journey that Frodo goes through, and it's like the whole point of it is like you see it just go dragging through the whole. I mean, he goes through the whole entire 3 movies. It makes you feel a lot more for him towards the end. If you put it all in 1 movie, I think it's kind of like you won't get that feeling as much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they would have had to cut so much out.
Never mind that. How much? See, like it's different. See, that's the one thing Netflix stuff kind of takes away. Although when they come and make a new season, it's different. But when the first movie came out, how long was it in between each movie?
Just a year.
It was only a year.
Yeah,
it's a year.
But I mean, that year of anticipation, then we get to see it again, and they did it justice. They didn't make it bad. It wasn't like, oh, the second one sucked. Like, so now it's like, oh my God, like now we gotta wait a year again for this, and it's all. It just brought more feeling of life for it every time.
Didn't they film 2 of them back to back too? Movies.
Well, they filmed them all.
They filmed all in one time, right?
Yeah, it's all at the same time. Thing is, Is
that the second one?
Ghostbusters.
Now let me ask you guys.
This is the 2-pack.
Oh, okay. So 1 and 2.
What do you?
Yeah.
Obviously, you like Ghostbusters 1 better than 2, but
Yeah.
I still love 2 though.
2's
There's something
funny.
about it that I still love. Some people boo, bash it, but
No, 2's
I
funny,
still-
but 1 kicks its ass.
1, yeah, I know, but there's still some,
Two's
there's
not
always
as
parts
bad as
about
people say. People make it out to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
People make it out to be like really bad, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
There's some funny moments in that in number 2 also. I mean, when they jump into the river of slime,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come out and they're running around in their
the ghost train.
their underwear basically, and go to get Peter at the restaurant and everything. Just throwing slime all over the place and just embarrassing
Yep.
everybody.
Is that the one? It has a ghost train too, right?
Yeah, that's the
Yes.
one. Yeah, they had the ghost train
Where he's like,
the spirits. Yeah.
and he's just froze there.
that was always that was.
That's what I'm
great.
saying. There's
That's a
certain
moment.
parts about it that's funny. It's it's still good.
Come on, but we got to be scientific. We got to hold on. I have a plan. Stay close.
Yeah. Get her.
Get her.
That's your plan, Ray. Get her.
Oh man, they ran out. That's my
great.
favorite shit, man. I gotta watch that again now that we've been talking about it. I love that movie.
It's classic.
Oh my God.